Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Not a Listen to Me going crazy there. I'm thinking this is the intro to the podcast. This is live design streaming sessions. I'm your host, Farma Henry from Do Better UX, and welcome to the show. Today we want to be talking about probably something that people are going to be talking about the whole of this week. We've had, all the famous YouTubers take out their their videos on their perspective and the coverage of the Apple event, and some of the products that were spoken about, and all of those cool things that came out of that event. Super excited about some of the things coming out of the Apple event there. And I just wanted to take a UX design perspective to cover everything that was sort of like presented. We sort of like all knew that it was probably gonna be a watch event because of the title Time Flies. I'm just gonna put down the volume a little bit here so that it doesn't overlap too much with my voice here. So yeah, I think the really exciting part is that we actually saw Apple getting into with the watch product that they showed, and some of the digital products that they showed. It was really interesting how they approached everything, and I wanted to take some time to give you a review from a product design point of view, and just thinking about product strategy and some of the things that I think Apple are looking to get into and actually do over the next couple of years. We have seen Apple getting into the service business starting from, I think it was last year or so, when they introduced their streaming platform, Apple Plus. Actually, it wasn't last year, it was about maybe 2 years ago or so, with their Apple Plus services, so sort of like getting into that service product type of space, and there are some of interesting things that came out of this event as well, around where they are going into. Before we jump into today's show right away, and I start talking about all the cool points that we saw in this Apple event, I'd like to invite you over to our LinkedIn group. So if you are in product design, or you're a UX designer, and you would like to have intelligent conversations with other people within this space, really looking at product design and UX design as a practice that can change the face of how the world actually looks like, please do come over to LinkedIn. We've got a private group. If you just search Do Better UX, you should be able to find our page and our group. Feel free to just request an invite, or to request to join, and we'll be sure to let you in once we find your request there. So moving on swiftly, let me just put my comments. I'm also like trying to monitor everything at the same time as look at the Apple event and everything. So all right, pleasure of live streaming directly from home. I've got 4 daughters, so they don't like presidential. They are the bosses, and yeah, they call the shots most of the time. So yeah, moving on swiftly into today's stream. So the first thing that we saw on the event was obviously the Apple Watch, the new series of the Apple Watch. also including the Apple Watch SE, which is a much more affordable thing. But I think other than, just the product, having an Apple Watch, I think we've seen that, most of the wearables that people have, whether it's, Apple Watches or other, Android watches and other aspects of things that people wear on their wrists, have been very oriented around health and fitness. And Apple really pushed the game here with the Apple Watch. Previously they had, the whole ECG thing that you can check out, your heart rate and all of that stuff, and they took it to another level this year with their blood oxygen monitor, which is basically another sensor that they added on, the Apple Watch, and pushing their product, as well as the service that they announced later on, which is the Fitness Plus. I think that is what they called it. I'm just gonna play the video here in the background without the volume, so that I can catch some of the highlights of what was happening there. While that is playing, I think maybe still early days, but I'm interested in seeing how everything is gonna go from here on. It's very, very interesting how Apple is playing within the digital product space with these new apps that they're putting, and these subscription services, which are going to make a lot of services look very expensive if you look into Apple One and what they're actually providing there. I think that is what I wanted to cover. That is all that's there to cover. I mean, there's other cool things that they put in their product, like having the Apple Watch product Red and the new bands. I think the bands are a very good new UX upgrade feature to that fitness lineup. It really speaks to that. There is a lot more marriage between the hardware and the software and the services that they're offering, really moving strong into that service space. So go Apple. I'm really interested in seeing later announcements around some of the things that they have within the iPhone space, and what that might mean for how we build products and interact with this with these products going forth. That's it for today's live session. If you enjoyed this, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help us get that algorithm boost thing going on, and hit the notification bell if you want to know every time that we go live. We try to go live every weekday, Monday to Friday, of course with some complications and exceptions on certain days. Some things happen. We're trying to get into the schedule of being more consistent and really just hitting the mark on an everyday basis. If you like this type of content, product design type of content, if you're a UX designer, you want to learn a little bit more about how to get into UX design, how to level up your career as a UX designer, do check out our website, dobetterux.com. We will be updating it over the time. We've recently launched it, so there you can find our podcast, Not a UX Designer. You can find the links to our groups and all of the other things that we do online, so you can interact with some of our content other than just this live streaming sessions here on YouTube. We also do private web classes for people who are looking into getting into UX design or leveling up their UX design career over a Discord. So check out our website, you'll find everything there. Looking forward to tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about design thinking versus UX design, and how that works, what is the difference there. So if you're interested in that conversation, please do join us tomorrow live 8 p.m. Central African time. Until then, I'm out. Cheers.